We are right on the edge of this massive technological shift with agentic AI. But all that power, it comes with a huge security blind spot, a hidden danger that could really undermine everything we're trying to build. And today, we're going to expose it. And that right there, that's really the heart of what we're talking about today. We are pulling back the curtain on a threat that's operating in the shadows of pretty much all our existing security. And here's the crazy part. Almost no one is talking about this yet. So where does this invisible threat even come from? Well, it all starts with one single, really flawed assumption that's at the core of all our security systems. You see, our entire playbook, it was written for a world of human users, and that's a world that AI has already left way, way behind. For decades, security meant one thing, protecting people, right? Employees, customers, human identities. But now there's this whole other population living inside our networks. We're talking AI agents, automated workloads, countless little microservices. These are the non-human identities, and they are multiplying at a rate that is just unbelievable. And this number? This just perfectly shows the scale of the problem. For every single human identity in a modern company, there are somewhere between 45 and 90 non-human ones. Just let that sink in for a second. We are focusing all our security on the 1%, while this absolute tidal wave of new identities is operating almost completely unchecked. So, here's the key takeaway. The old rules, they just don't apply anymore. The security systems we built to protect people are kind of like trying to use a map from the 1800s to navigate modern city. They are fundamentally, completely unprepared for the speed and the scale of AI. And this right here, this shows that clash perfectly. On the left, that's the old world, right? It's a static castle wall where maybe a person's access changes once or twice a year. But on the right, that's the new reality. It's a network of agents making thousands of decisions every single second. You can't protect that with a castle wall. You have to secure every single one of those autonomous actions, in real time, at machine speed. So this mismatch between our old tools and these new threats, it creates 4 huge, gaping holes in our security. And these aren't just little cracks in the armor. These are fundamental flaws that attackers can and will exploit. This is where things get really dangerous. First up is overprivilege. We see this all the time. A developer isn't totally sure what permissions an AI agent needs, so what do? They give it really broad access, just in case. It's basically like giving a bot that's designed to order office supplies, the master key to the entire company's financial records. I mean, if that bot gets compromised, the damage could be absolutely catastrophic. Next, we have impersonation. This is what happens when an agent basically borrows the identity of the person who launched it. All of a sudden, you have no way of knowing if an action was taken by Bob from sales or by an AI agent acting as Bob. And just like that, your entire audit trail, it's gone. From a security standpoint, you are flying completely blind. And of course, that leads directly to a total lack of accountability. If these agents don't have their own unique, trackable IDs, it becomes impossible to answer the most basic security question: who did what and when? And if you can't answer that, you can't trace a breach, you can't assign responsibility, and you sure can't fix the problem. And finally, and this is the one that really stops people in their tracks, we have the last mile problem. Okay, so this is that final little hop, right when an AI agent is about to access sensitive data. At that exact moment, is that agent still authorized to do what it's trying to do? Has anything changed in the last millisecond? Well, guess who's checking? Nobody. It's a complete blind spot. Okay, so after hearing all that, you might be thinking this whole thing is just an impossible problem to solve. But it's not. The solution just requires a completely new way of thinking. A shield that's built not for those old castle walls, but for this new, dynamic, agentic world. It's called Agentic Runtime Security, and it really does change the rules of the game. So what does this new shield actually do? Because this isn't just some abstract theory, it's a real, practical framework for getting back in control. So let's break down exactly how we put AI back in check. It all works through this really simple but incredibly powerful 4-step process. First, register. Every single AI agent gets its own unique, trackable identity. No more anonymous actions. Second, strip. We take away all of its default permissions. It starts from a place of zero trust, a totally blank slate. Third, tie. Every single thing the agent wants to do is tied directly back to the original human user's intent. This creates an unbroken chain of accountability. And then finally, the most critical step, enforce. This is how we solve that last mile problem. We enforce security policies in real time for every single action right at the moment of access. Nothing gets through unchecked. Now, this all sounds great in theory, right? But for any company in a regulated industry, there's a huge follow-up question. How do you actually prove to the auditors, to the regulators, that you really have control over what these agents are doing? This proof of control, it rests on three core pillars. First is orchestration. Think of this like an intelligent traffic cop managing every single interaction between people and their AI agents. Second, governance. This is the unbreakable rulebook. It applies clear, consistent policies to every action, which gives you that crucial audit trail to prove who did what and why. And finally, observability. This gives you a single unified view so your security and development teams are finally looking at the same thing, able to see everything that's happening and respond instantly.
So why does all of this matter so much right now? Well, because this isn't some problem for the distant future. AI agents are being rolled out at an unbelievable rate, and with them, the security risks, they're growing exponentially every single day. Look, for any business that deals with sensitive data, we're talking banking, healthcare, government, this isn't just about good security hygiene. Proving you have verifiable, auditable control over every single thing your AI does, it's a fundamental requirement to even operate. It's a total business imperative. So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this simple but really profound idea. The tools and the thinking that got us here, they won't get us to where we need to go. We are in a new era of identity, and it demands a new era of security that's built specifically for this new agentic age. The world of AI security is moving incredibly fast. So if you want to understand the complex forces that are shaping our future, make sure you subscribe. We break down the invisible threats and the hidden opportunities for you right here every week.